Hi and welcome to Sigma 2026. My name is Miss Betty Kithinchi and right here with me is, please introduce yourself and let us know what you do.
Okay, so my name is Ladipo Abiose Akolade, and I'm the founder of GamblePause Initiative Africa. And GamblePause Initiative Africa is a non-profit organization promoting responsible gambling, advocating against underage gambling, and also putting up policies in place to guard vulnerables, as well as providing help and support to vulnerables in the gaming industry across Africa.
So before you started this, what gaps had you seen that were meant, or rather were supposed to be addressed?
So first thing is implementation of responsible gaming tools.
Okay.
Right. I believe that for us to build a sustainable gaming ecosystem, it's very important that we prioritize the players.
Yeah.
Right. And by prioritizing the players and the consumers, we need to implement responsible gaming tools, right, such as age verification systems to curb underage gambling and ethical gaming standards, right, in terms of advertisements, right, and also self-exclusion, deposit limits, cooling off periods, and support services for vulnerable players, right. So one of the gaps I saw was the fact that there was uneven regulation in the gaming industry, right. We have right intent, the good intent is there, right. Again, certain jurisdictions have made provision for responsible gaming laws, right. But the problem is enforcement, consistency, and depth, right. So that was like part of the things I saw in line with responsible gaming in Africa.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the metrics, the data, and the patterns that you have seen, what has been the most challenging thing to address?
So the most challenging thing is support.
Support.
Right. We were able to set up the first rehabilitation center in Nigeria, which again led us to a partnership with iGaming, and part of the things that led us to a partnership with iGaming.
Yes.
The support system is not affordable, right? And how was I able to know that? And that was because I lived the experience, right? I lived the experience for about 9 years, and at the point where I was struggling, I was thinking about it that, where am I going to get support from, right? It was a challenge for me in Nigeria, or where would I go to, right? I didn't want to go to a random mental health clinic, right, that won't have lived experience frameworks embedded in their recovery, right. So I felt like, it would be really nice to come up with a rehab that would help people, right, people at no cost, right, and also psychologists online to see how we could help them for people that can't come to the rehab. So basically it's supports basically, and what we've done at GamblePause is as opposed to amplifying the problem, we're looking at coming up with solutions to the problem. And part of the solutions is ensuring that we seal up that gap of support, right. Again, we don't want to complain too much about responsible tools not being embedded on products of operators, right. We need to ensure that while we have those conversations, we need to act, because anyone struggling with addiction needs somewhere to go to, right, to start with. So I believe that support was like one of the major gaps, and we had to fill in that gap.
I love the fact that your inspiration came from your own real life story.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Now, let's talk about social media pressure and the narratives, because, social media is growing very, very, very fast. Yeah. And young bettors are also getting into betting. They are receiving this information across the social media. How is that pressure looking like to these young people?
So what we've done at GamblePause is, right, we've been very careful with social media, because there's a lot of misconception around gambling. Right. We are telling the masses that there's something called responsible gaming. Right. You could set a limit, you could set a budget, and people actually gamble responsibly. So they need to change their narrative, right, from gambling being a problem, from understanding that gaming in itself has come with certain positives to the economy, right. And again, you can indulge with caution, right. Again, that's why we are here promoting responsible gambling, right. We also try as much as possible to collaborate with influencers online, right, just to ensure that we have a balanced narrative. Again, we don't want anybody releasing content and drawing up content against the industry, right? We are really focused on ensuring that we are able to design a sustainable framework and a sustainable narrative where the masses on social media know that there's something called responsible gambling. And again, the onus is always, some of the onus is on the player as well to make informed choices, in as much as the shared responsibility across regulators, operators, and industry stakeholders, right? Players also have a part to play. So you need to firstly be aware, which we are doing, creating a lot of awareness in that space, and also understanding what it means to gamble responsibly.
Okay. Now, when it comes to regulators enforcing rules and regulations, if today one rule was to be put based on evidence, what would that be and why?
So, in terms of the rule, I think that the first thing we need to ensure and prioritize should be strict age verification systems. Right? Because again, I started gambling as a child, and that's what led me to addiction. Right? The children in Africa are the future of tomorrow. They need to be protected. Right? And how can they be protected? They will not be protected by just putting a box on onboarding processes for them to tick and verify. In this age and era of technology, we need to move a step forward and ensure that we're able to have strict technological age verification systems, right, to curb underage gambling, because again, that's where it starts from.
All right. So in the next 5 years, what do you want GamblePause to be remembered for?
So GamblePause is I'm looking at it being a Pan-African brand. For me, I'm big on collaborations, right? And at the point where I started GamblePause, it was more like I designed the logo on Canva on my bed when I was still struggling with addiction, right? So for me, I just put Africa. Then I was thinking, okay, let's see what can come out of it. But I'm thinking of building a Pan-African brand where we could have stakeholders across every African country. We come together, collaborate, and see how we can help people struggling with addiction in Africa, also advocate against underage gambling in a bid to build a sustainable gaming ecosystem.
All right, Abiose. Thank you for the work that you're doing for the community, and keep doing that, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Abiose from a GamblePause initiative right here at iGaming Africa. Thank you for watching. My name is Miss Betty. Keep enjoying.